everybody, I am Taryn Bester or Taryn Smith. I'm not sure if you guys know me. I have been asked by Jill to share some tips regarding how to stay financially sane during the COVID-19 period. It's a period that's quite negative, quite stressful. A lot of uncertainties around this whole period and how this whole pandemic, but it's a perfect opportunity for us now to share some tips and exchange some ideas and stay positive because we are all in this together. I'm currently working as a management accountant at one of South Africa's biggest redistribution companies, and we have seen quite a big significant change over this time period. But this has actually got me thinking, how do I keep my sustain my short-term economy? How do you sustain your short-term economy? How do you sustain or how do you keep the funds flowing in your economy, in your household? So that is why I thought I'm going to share this tips, because in the bigger picture, South Africa's economy has not been very good, and it hasn't been it hasn't been a good condition for a long time. And it's not just because of coronavirus, but a lot of other factors that contribute towards it. The big tourism industry has taken a huge effect. We will not be seeing tourism for quite some time, and also our mining and our wine and agriculture exports has just been lifted last week, so there's also some significant change over there. So that is why it's important for us to actually look at these things. So my first tip would be to budget. Draw up a lockdown budget. My husband and I have actually done this. We always draw up a budget, but we needed to draw up a budget specifically for the lockdown period. This allowed us to see exactly how much we're going to save, because overall we won't be living in the same way again, or we won't be living in the same way we did before lockdown. So we won't be going to restaurants as we would. We won't be using 2 cars. We will only be using 1 car. So we will definitely be saving some fuel cost over there. So all the drips and drabs, we were then able to take to a reserve fund. And you can do the same as well. With your lockdown budget, you are able to see exactly where you're going to save, and then you can take those funds and then put it in a reserve fund. It can either be a savings account on your banking app that you might currently have, or in a different account, in a different bank account with another bank. It all depends what you have available for you at this moment in time. The second tip would then be to not spend on luxury food items. I know we are all tempted to spend more on food and all the luxury and nice things that the shops has to offer us, but it's not this necessity. And I know we want to feel comfort during this time. It's also winter, the weather's changing. We want to snuggle up and have something nice and warm, and maybe a slice of cake and a cup of tea. But you don't have to buy a cake every week. You can actually buy the ingredients to make the cake, and then save on the money you would have spent, and then also have the leftover ingredients for next week where you can make another treat. There's so many nice platforms and also recipes going around that you can make use of. Then thirdly, medical aid. If you are fortunate enough to have medical aid, I know some of you might have, your employers might be contributing towards it, or you might have paid into the fund in January. Then this is a perfect opportunity to make use of what you have. Book that appointment with your doctor to check up, just to make use of what you have right now. And then point number 4, I would just like to take a moment to speak about the repo rate cut. So the repo rate has been cut again. Yesterday we received the news, and I didn't expect this. It was something that I didn't expect so soon after the last cut. But we need to be open-minded about this. We need to look at the positives and we need to look at the negatives and actually prepare ourselves for this. So the repo rate has been cut. So you will be seeing a decrease in the debit order, or the amount that you pay on your bond every month. It will be less than last month, and that will leave you with a bit of money. So it can either be between 500 to 1,000 rand. It depends on what your bond cost actually is. So then So then you can actually take that money, you can transfer it to, you can add it to your reserve fund, or you can take that funds and deposit it back into your bond. And I would strongly advise that, because this will help you to have one step forward. So in case when the rate does go back up again, then you are able to be one step forward. You won't see the relief, or you won't see that the amount drop significantly, but you will see the relief in the long term. Then point number 5 is, if you do not want to put the money back into your reserve fund or into your bond, then take the funds and then you can either invest it. My husband and I have recently discovered an amazing app last week or a couple of weeks ago on the Play app, Google Play Store. It's the Easy Equities app that you can download onto your phone, and you can actually purchase some shares on that. So I know this might be a bit tricky and not everybody is familiar with how to deal with it, but it has an amazing feature where you can have a demo account and you can first practice and play around with it. And once you're completely comfortable, you are then able to deposit money and then invest in it and buy some shares. So bear in mind, having all of that said, it won't be something that you will see a benefit or be able to see growth in over 3 weeks or 2 weeks. This you'll have to invest for the long term, 2 months, 6 months or 12 months, or even longer. It depends on what you are investing in, but that also it depends how you want to save and where you want to save your money. And then point number 6 is salary. If you will be receiving a salary this month, if you will be as fortunate to, then it would be good to reassess. Think about, how did you spend your income, your last paycheck when the lockdown started? What is it that you can do different? Where did you make mistakes? What would you want to do different? Where do you want to spend better in the next portion or the next few weeks of lockdown? This is a good time to do introspection and to reassess that. Then number 7 is, don't panic buy. I know that we are all human and that's something that we can do, but this also stems from point 1 and point 2. If you did your lockdown budget and if you're not going to spend too much on luxury food items, then this will help you to not panic buy. And if you do feel some sort of panic, my suggestion would then be to drink a cup of tea. It helps for me, and then just breathe, and then you will be able to think about it clearly again and make clear and sound decisions, because that is actually what we need to do right now. We need to stay calm and make sound decisions. Then point number 8 would be is to pay off old debt. So if you're not going to reinvest your money, if you're not going to pay it into your bond again, if you don't need it for living expenses and extra food, and you've got that extra money to save, then try to put it into your debt. If you have a credit card, if you've got clothing accounts, try to put in that extra amount that you do have into those accounts, and you will definitely be able to experience some relief. You won't see that it will close tomorrow or next week or the end of the month, but you will definitely experience a shorter time period to pay it off, and also a decrease in your interest amounts. Then number 9 would be, don't, by all means, do not open or start new debt. If you're able to avoid it, then do it. But if you really need to swipe your credit card for food or other essentials, then you've got no other choice, then you'll have to do it. But by all costs, please avoid new debt, because we don't know how long this is going to carry on, and we don't know what employers have to do and all those type of things. So if you can avoid it, then avoid it. Point number 10 is ask. If there's anything you need to do and you're unsure, then ask your friend, ask those that are knowledgeable about the topic, like your banks. If you're unable to pay your bond this month, then contact your bank and ask them what is it they can offer you. If you've got insurance, contact your broker and ask your broker what sort of benefit do they have in place for this time period and explain your situation. There's no harm in asking, and you will only be able to experience something good out of asking more about it. So that is it. That is my 10 points on my financial tips, and I hope that it will help you, and may you stay safe, and may we all experience a breakthrough period during this COVID-19 pandemic, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and God bless.